doesn't get any better than that. Hunting. Go ahead. Look at them 3 Edomites. Look at the one in the middle. He's red all over like a hairy gum, and they call his name Esau. And they done caught 2 deer, and they're happy. They said, we caught these deers, and we're going to sit next to the deers, and we're going to take pictures around these deers that we caught, that we hunted down, that we shot, that we killed. Go ahead. Look at them. 2 Edomites, smiles on their faces, in their element. They took down that looks like 2 bears, and they have crossbows. They did it the Edomite way, like father, like son. These are the sons of Esau, right? Go ahead. But now look at this guy's face, man. Red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. Go ahead. Now this guy's in a wheelchair with a crossbow somehow connected to the wheelchair, and he's still out there hunting. That's an Edomite too. That's an Edomite. Go ahead. And that's another happy Edomite. Red. Go ahead. Well, that's an ancient Edomite. And what does he have? He has a spear in his hand, looking all crazy and bugged out. Looking like the guy from the Geico commercial. Go ahead. Now look at this guy. That's an Edomite right there. Hair on his back, hair on his face, looking all bugged out. That's Esau in his natural state. In that caveman state. That's why they make movies called 10 million BC, 10,000 BC, 5 million BC. Quest for Fire. The Flintstones. So we can fade to black and close this show. We already proved that this man is Esau, but we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep going. All right. Now mix it back to us, brother. All right. Now we're going to go from we're going to go back to Genesis, the 25th chapter. And we're going to go to the 27th verse.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Yeah, this was like a stew. In England, I think they call it pottage. You know, if you're in the States over here, you're not really familiar with that word, but you can look that word up. The word pottage, it's like a stew made out of meat, and Esau likes it, or the so-called white man likes it. Rare, all right, not well done and cooked. And there's lentil beans and so forth. It's like a stew, and this is one of the things that Esau liked. All right, read on.
It says, and Esau said, I'm sorry, and
by the way, that meat that was in that pottage was red meat.
And Isaac, I'm sorry, brother. This is Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau, because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
Why do you call it red pottage? pottage because there was meat in there. Because it wasn't talking about the lentil beans. Because the lentil beans are not red. Go ahead.
For I am faint, therefore was his name called Edom.
Yeah, he was. Therefore was his name called Edom, which means red. Why was he called red? Because he was red, number one, and number two, he wanted that pottage, which was red meat. So the sons and daughters that came out of Esau was known as what? Edomites. Go ahead. Read on down to the third. Okay, you got something?
Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Right, that's it. One morsel, that meat was red meat. All right? Sold his birthright. Because I'm going to hit you with something. This so-called white man is not a man of great character, man. You don't sell your birthright, all right? Go ahead.
Genesis 25 and 31. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
Yeah, he didn't give it that shows you that this white man is not a man of great character, man.
You got that king in England that abdicated the throne?
All right, okay, let the brother say something.
Yeah. Right, you had a king in England that abdicated, the term is called abdicated the throne for an ugly white woman and a divorcee at that. Showing you, like the brother's saying, that the so-called white man is not a man of character. I think it was Edward V. I'm not sure. King Edward V, which he wasn't a king anyway. He's nothing but a freaking Edomite. But like I said, he abdicated the throne. He gave up the throne, which shows they're not a man of character. It also shows that, yeah, for a piece of rotten meat, a divorcee, also shows that they're not men of real ruling class mentality.
Yeah, that was right. No discipline. That was a good point. All right. Now, where you at, brother?
Next scripture, Exodus 35.
No. Let's go from there to the book of Genesis 36, and we're gonna start from the first verse, and we're gonna read down. We're gonna read down into the around about the 9th verse.
Genesis 36 and 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives of the.
Oh, read that again.
Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom.
What does the word Esau mean? It means wasted away is he, and we proved that from the Ben Yehudi Hebrew English dictionary. All right, and he was also known as Edom, and the word Edom is from Adawam, which means red. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan.
Now, who are the Canaanites? Hamites. They're the Canaanites are one of the sons of Ham. Now, it doesn't tell you why he took one of the wives of Canaan as a wife, because his parents, Isaac and Rebekah, said, do not lay with or do not marry the Canaanite women. But he went ahead and married them anyway. Why do you think he did that? Because there was something, he saw that there was something wrong with his skin. He didn't look normal. So I guess he figured, and I'm just putting this in, all right? I'm just putting this in. That's my observation, and it makes sense. He was saying, you know what? Let me get the darkest woman I can get out there to get my color back, cause they tell you, scientists tell you today that dark genes are dominant, right? So he figured, let me go get this Canaanite woman, and then my sons would be what? Dark skinned. But guess what? It didn't work. His sons came out looking just like him, because the Most High wanted that to happen.